Have you ever been scrolling online, through social media, and you see a comment that just makes your blood boil?
Oh, definitely. Happens all the time.
And you get that urge, that almost irresistible urge to just fire back. You type something out, hit send, and then, well, nothing really changes.
Or it gets worse. Much worse, usually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It often feels like things just get worse. That's this kind of negative ping pong we see so much online. Tensions go up, nobody learns anything.
And gap just gets wider. It's frustratingly predictable.
Yeah. And you, our listeners, you specifically ask us to dive into Mike Hayes' ideas for tackling this online toxicity. So we've gathered your sources, and today we're exploring an approach that, well, it really promises to shift how we handle this kind of conflict, something potentially transformative based on what you shared.
Yeah, it really is.
So our mission today is to unpack how these AI teaching moments, as Hayes calls them, actually work. Why are they effective? And maybe most importantly, how can you start using this method in your own life?
It's such a powerful idea because it tackles something so common, something we all run into.
Right.
And what's really interesting is how it uses AI, artificial intelligence, to help us just pause, to choose a path that maybe builds a bridge instead of, digging that trench deeper.
That negative ping pong you mentioned, it's just so draining. The sources talk about this, right? What are the psychological things driving it? Why do these interactions go south so fast?
Yeah, let's paint a picture. Like, you see a post, maybe something like, people like you are destroying this country. You're all brainwashed sheep, can't think for yourselves. Unbelievable.
Oof. Yeah, you can feel your pulse quicken just hearing that hypothetical.
It's almost funny how predictable the reaction is, isn't it? And the sources really back this up. It's not just a feeling. There's a pattern.
A cycle.
Exactly. A cycle. Triggering comment, boom, emotional reaction, then escalation, and the division just gets deeper.
And the stats on this are kind of wild, right?
They're pretty stark, yeah. Research suggests that when you reply negatively to hostile comments, it leads to escalation. Get this. Over 90% of the time.
Wow, over 90.
And the number of people who actually change their minds in those fights? Yeah. Basically zero.
Zero. Okay.
Plus, a lot of people, a significant percentage of Americans, report damaging or even losing relationships over online political stuff.
So these aren't just annoying exchanges. They're actually causing harm.
Real harm. They reinforce divisions. They hurt emotionally. It's a real problem.
Okay, so given how destructive that cycle is, it really makes you wonder, is there any way out? And that's where these AI teaching moments come in, offering a totally different way.
A different path.
Yeah. Let's use that same nasty comment from before. People like you are destroying this country. Brainwashed sheep. Unbelievable.
Okay. Waiting for the alternative.
Right. So instead of firing back, here's an AI teaching moment response crafted to break that cycle. I hear a lot of frustration in what you're saying, and I think many of us feel concerned about where things are headed.
Starting with acknowledging.
Yeah. It continues. I may see things differently, but I believe we both care deeply about this country and want a better future. Instead of tearing each other down, what do you think are some practical steps we can agree on to make things better? I'm open to listening.
Wow. That lands so differently, doesn't it, compared to the gut reaction?
Completely different feel.
And this approach, it isn't just random kindness. It comes from Mike Hayes, the creator. He's got this background, right? Two-time Peabody Award winner, researcher, documentarian at NBC.
So he said a lot of communication, good and bad.
Exactly. He saw these troubling patterns online, these verbal ping-pong matches, as he calls them, and he thought AI could be the missing piece, the circuit breaker.
Okay, so let's break that response down. Why does it work? It sounds nicer, sure, but what's the strategy?
Well, there are a few key things happening there. First, like you said, it acknowledges the emotion. I hear frustration. That validates their feeling, even if you totally disagree with the substance.
Right. It's not saying you're right to be frustrated, just, I hear that you are frustrated.
Precisely. And that can be surprisingly disarming. It creates a little space for maybe dialogue instead of just more defensiveness. It shifts the energy.
Okay, so acknowledging emotion first. What else?
Second, it finds common ground. We both care deeply about this country. That builds a small foundation, something you share.
Instead of focusing only on the disagreement.
Right. Third, it invites constructive dialogue. It asks, what practical steps can we agree on? That shifts it away from just arguing towards maybe collaboration.
Problem solving instead of just fighting.
Exactly. And crucially, notice what it doesn't do. It doesn't tack back. It doesn't preach. It sort of teaches by example.
Modeling the behavior you want to see.
Yeah. It's subtle, But it's powerful.
Yeah.
You're not telling them how they should talk. You're just showing them a different way, inviting them almost.
Hayes talks about this divide, between people, families, globally even, not having to be permanent. How does the AI actually help bridge that? What's its role?
So this is where something like ChatGPT comes in. It acts like a real-time communication coach.
A coach.
Yeah, it creates that vital buffer, that space between the trigger comment and our immediate, often regrettable emotional reaction. Hayes puts it really well, he says. AI gives us that crucial pause, the space between stimulus and response where our power to choose lies.
That space between stimulus and response, that's powerful. I know for me, that split second before hitting send, that's where things can go wrong.
Totally. And Hayes's point is that AI can help us find that moment, access our better selves, even when someone's pushing our buttons. It's about choosing, not just reacting.
Oh, this sounds really promising. But how practical is it for just the average person scrolling through their feed? How do you actually make one of these AI teaching moments happen?
That's the great part. It's not just a nice theory. It's actually surprisingly easy to put into practice.
Okay, walk us through it.
Right, so the steps are pretty simple. First, you just copy the comment, the one that made you want to, throw your phone.
Okay, copy the comment. Got it.
Second, paste it into ChatGPT and use a specific prompt, something like, help me write a kind and constructive reply to this comment, focusing on common ground and positive solutions.
So you tell the AI what kind of response you're aiming for.
Exactly. Then third, and this is important, you edit it if you need to. Make sure it sounds like you. It has to feel authentic.
Great, not just like a robot talking.
Yeah. Your voice still matters. And then fourth, you post your reply. And you can feel, pretty good knowing you added something constructive, not just more fuel to the fire.
Okay, copy, paste, prompt, edit, post. That seems doable. Is there anything else, like tips to make it work even better?
Yeah, there's a pro tip. You can give ChatGPT a bit more context about your values or your communication goals.
Oh, so.
Like you could add something to the prompt, like, I want to be firm about my position on climate change, but I also want to stay respectful and find any common values we might share.
Ah, okay. So you guide it a bit more based on the specific situation and your own stance?
Right. It helps the AI tailor the response even more effectively to what you need in that moment.
That makes sense. And you mentioned something about a learning process. It's not just a one-off trick.
No, not at all. That's maybe the most exciting part. It's like a communication boot camp, like you said earlier.
Right.
As people do this more, as they work with the AI to craft these thoughtful responses, they start to internalize those patterns. They learn.
So you actually get better at it yourself over time.
Exactly. People find they need the AI less and less as responding with empathy, looking for common ground. It just becomes more second nature.
So it's human-AI collaboration making us better communicators.
Yeah.
More human, even.
That's the idea. Making us more human, not less. Giving us the tools to act like the people we want to be, even online.
Wow. Okay, that's a pretty profound shift in perspective. And this isn't just for fighting with strangers on Twitter, right? These AI teaching moments, they have broader uses.
Oh, absolutely. Way beyond social media arguments. Think about family relationships. Drafting a response to that difficult text from a relative or an email about a touchy subject. Using this approach could, maybe de-escalate things before the big family dinner even starts.
Preemptive de-escalation for holiday gatherings. I like it. What about work?
Definitely workplace communications, too. How do you respond to critical feedback constructively? How do you navigate team conflicts? This method can help maintain professionalism, build stronger relationships even when disagreeing.
Okay, family, work, anywhere else.
Well, think about community leaders, local business owners, people in public roles. They can use it to respond to public criticism in a way that models civil discourse. It can help foster a more collaborative environment locally.
Building community instead of just defending positions.
Right. And even in schools. Teachers could use this or even teach these techniques to help students develop better digital citizenship skills, how to engage online respectfully.
That seems really important for kids growing up now.
Crucial. And Hayes actually uses these ideas in his Love Local networking initiatives. They use these techniques to help business communities collaborate, even across, say, political divides, moving past disagreement to find shared goals for progress.
Okay, let's make this really concrete. There's a case study in the sources, right, about one of these Love Local networking events.
Yes, a really good one. It was in a pretty politically diverse community, And a discussion came up about local regulations impacting small businesses. Everyone wanted the community to prosper while still acknowledging the different ideas on how to get there, shifting from who's right to what can we build together.
Okay, so as we start to wrap up this deep dive, the core idea seems to be that these AI teaching moments, they empower you, the individual, to be an agent for positive change.
Right. Turning those potential online fires into actual opportunities for maybe connection, or at least understanding.
By giving you that crucial pause, that moment to choose a different path than just reacting.
Exactly. That pause is everything.
So here's something to think about. A final thought for you listening. Considering the power of this pause that AI can offer, how might using this approach thoughtfully change the dynamic in maybe one of your challenging interactions this week? Personal, professional, online, offline.
Yeah. What new connection could you maybe foster just by choosing a different kind of response?
Yeah.
It's interesting to consider.
And if you want to go deeper to really master this or bring it to your team or organization, Mike Hayes' AISuperCampus has resources.
Right. Things like the podcast library, those Love Local networking workshops, even customized training. It's all available if you want to explore more.
Definitely worth checking out if this resonated with you.